Welcome. My name is Jodi Adams. I'm a licensed massage therapist and a doTERRA wellness advocate. I would like to tell you a little bit about myself. I have a passion in my life to help people. Essential oils have really changed my life and my family's life. So it excites me to learn as much as possible about essential oils and teach everyone along my way. I love to help people. I want to teach people the power of essential oils. Do I have anyone out there that would love to join me in my journey and learn about a natural approach to wellness? So how many of you all love your pets? Love our little furry creatures? You know, they can't, when something happens or they're itching or they can't sleep, they really don't, they can't talk. They have to do their best to try to let us know that something's bothering them. So I want you to think about, some of the products that we have used on our pets. Think about what's in them. Could it possibly be harming them? What is it doing to them? Is it good for their health? Or would you like to learn a little bit about a natural approach? Something that's pure, safe, and effective. And it will ease your mind. So let's talk a little bit about how concentrated essential oils are. They're 50 to 70% more powerful than herbs. How incredible is that? So when we talk about essential oils, you might ask yourself where they're found. And what are they? They're volatile aromatic compounds found in seeds, barks, stems, roots, flowers, and other parts of the plant. And they can be used on humans and pets alike. There's just a few things that we have to point out before we use any essential oils on our pets. Okay? Never apply oils to your pet's eyes, nose, or genitals. Never apply oils to the tips of long-eared dogs where they love shaking their head. And if the oil's on the tips, they can get in their eyes. So if skin irritation occurs, then all you have to do is add fractionated coconut oil to dilute the oil, or milk, not water. Fractionated coconut oil should always be used when diluted in oil. Remember, always safety first. So what we need to do is talk about some tips that we don't want, some oils that we don't want to use on our dogs. Wintergreen can irritate the gut. Melaleuca or tea tree oil, which is the same, can cause vomiting, fever, etc. Birch, thyme, clove, unless diluted for inside the mouth or any other surgical procedures inside the mouth. Oregano, unless directed by your vet. Now remember, when we're dealing with essential oils, always let your vet know what you're doing and ask your vet's opinion as well. And remember, the size of your furry little creature. Think about humans and how big we are. So when you're dealing with your furry little creatures, pay attention to the weight. These oils are very powerful. So if we have a tiny little creature, then we're going to use a lot less oils than one that weighs, say, 100 pounds. So I want you to keep in mind. Cats are very sensitive to oils. Their immune systems are particularly sensitive. Please do not hesitate if you have any questions, to get a hold of me. And please contact your vet to let them know, to communicate with them so that you're all on the same page. Now let's go over some oils that you do not want to use for your little kitty cats. So avoid all citrus oils, Melaleuca tea tree oil, thyme, clove, oregano, wintergreen, vetiver, peppermint, rosemary, white fir, cypress, and Roman chamomile. Now please, when we're dealing with little kitty cats, like I said before, it's so important to communicate with your veterinarian. Okay, and keep in mind on some of the blends that they might have some of these oils in them. So please read the label, because we don't want to do anything to harm our little kitty cats. So what I like to do is diffuse. And always when you're diffusing, and remember, little is more, when you're diffusing, always keep an open escape. Let your kitty cat decide what, scents and smells that she likes or he likes. So when we're also dealing with kitty cats, and if you're familiar with any of the essential oils, go by the guidelines of an infant. Okay, let's talk about some adventures. Is your kitty cat, does she like adventures or he like adventures? Are your pets suffering from seasonal threats? Here's a great recipe. So you take a spray bottle and you add, and just like 2 ounces, you add 10 drops of lavender, 10 drops of lemon, but omit you can use this on dogs too, but omit the lemon for cats. 5 drops of peppermint, but omit the peppermint for cats. 5 drops of frankincense. Top off with distilled water or fractionated coconut oil. And all you do is spray along the spine or the chest as needed. So does your animals have a hard time sleeping? Have they had a stressful event? Simply apply a few drops of lavender essential oils on their pad of their feet and along their spine. You can also add the calming blend to smooth their stomach. Use fractionated coconut oil if needed. And you can also diffuse a little bit in the room that they're sleeping. That's a great area. So eucalyptus essential oil may help your pet's breathing. So you can apply eucalyptus on your furry little creature's chest or their belly to help their immune system and support their breathing. Open up that respiratory system. Breathe Easy essential oil dog spray. Are you ready? In a 2-ounce spray bottle, 5 drops of lemon, omit for cats, 5 drops of eucalyptus, 5 drops of peppermint, omit for cats, 5 drops of the cardamom, 5 drops of arborvitae, top off with water or fractionated coconut oil. So keep in mind, you always want to, when we're doing any of these DIY products, you always, before you get started, you always want to, check with your vet to make sure that there's not something more serious going on. Back to our furry little creatures. Aging. Do we want to help them feel relaxed with essential oils? Does your pet suffer from memory problems associated with aging? Apply frankincense to the back of their neck, along and rubbing the grounding blend on the paws to make him feel peaceful. relaxing everyone by rubbing lavender. So, you know, when we go out, and you never know who you're going to run into. You know, are they going to like animals? Are they not going to like animals? So let's relax everyone in that process. So we just, you know, rub a little bit of the lavender on his collar and on the harness, and we will get everyone relaxed, whoever is around our little furry creatures. How incredible is that? An overall spray for your pet. Do your pets stay outside? Do we need to protect them from all the nature? Here's a nice spray. So let's take a 16-ounce spray bottle this time. 5 drops of lavender, 5 drops of cedarwood, 5 drops of geranium, 5 drops of arborvitae, 5 drops of eucalyptus, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, 1 drop of dish soap. Top off with distilled water and fractionated coconut oil. You can also substitute for our Terra Shield purifying in peppermint, or even add to that. How incredible is that? Now remember, when we're spraying this all over our little furry creatures, don't get it around, you know, inside their ears or eyes. Be careful when spraying it. Okay, have you noticed that your dogs are scratching everywhere? Is he itching? Is she itching? What do we do? I got the answer for you. You simply take a 2-ounce spray bottle, 5 drops of lavender, 5 drops of the Roman chamomile, and the chamomile for cats, 5 drops of cardamom, 5 drops of arborvitae, top off with distilled water or fractionated coconut oil. You'll want to spray directly on the irritation or the rash, but please be careful of their eyes, nose, and genital areas. Happy dog. We always want a happy dog. Does your pet show signs of lumps or bumps on their skin? Let's make up a recipe. All you have to do is take the 2-ounce spray bottle, 5 drops of frankincense, 5 drops of sandalwood, 5 drops of arborvitae, 5 drops of wild orange, a mitt for the cats, and top off with distilled water or fractionated coconut oil. But always before, visit your pet to see what's going on. Cool down. Our animals love to go exercise. So, you know, just like humans, we need to treat their muscles as well. Remember, I'm a massage therapist, so I love treating the muscles. So let's do a spray. So simply, 5 drops of frankincense, 5 drops of myrrh, 5 drops of hill crescent, 5 drops of cypress, 5 drops of marjoram, 5 drops of peppermint, PEPPERMINT for the cats, 1 tablespoon of organic aloe vera juice, top off with distilled water or fractionated coconut oil. And this will relax the muscles. How incredible is that? It will cause their tail to start wagging again. Yay! Like humans, our little furry creatures can get car sick as well. So to take care of this, dilute 2 drops of peppermint essential oils with fractionated coconut oil and apply to their stomach. This is not recommended for cats. So, do we need additional respiratory support for our little furry creatures? doTERRA's respiratory blend plus lime and thyme. If applying directly to the pouch's paws, apply doTERRA's grounding blend 4 to 6 times a day is needed as well. Now, I know that some of you all out there love your furry little creatures to kiss you right on the face, but sometimes their breath smells a little bit. So do we want to help with this? Does it smell like a toilet? What does it smell like? Do I have any takers to share with me what their little wonderful pets smell like? So take a 2-ounce spray bottle, 10 drops of our protective blend, which is On Guard, 10 drops of myrrh, 10 drops of peppermint, omit for the cats, top off with distilled water or fractionated coconut oil. Simply lift their lip up and spray the mixture on each side of the mouth once or twice a day. And you can then go back, if you're one of those owners that love to let your dogs or cats lick you in the face. Okay, so do we want to give our little furry creatures more confidence, more pep in their step? Just take a few drops of vetiver and rub onto their collar, and they'll be that happy-go-lucky animal again. They'll have all kinds of confidence. Fleas, oh, they're the worst. We don't want our little animals to have fleas. So a simple recipe is add 2 drops of lemongrass, 2 drops of eucalyptus to a pet-friendly shampoo. Make sure that you don't get that shampoo in the little doggy's eyes. Keep their head up. Now, how awesome is that? Cats. So, do we have cuts? Our animals are outside little creatures, even dogs as well. Are they getting cut? Do they have scrapes? What do we do? Is there a natural approach? 10 drops of frankincense, 10 drops of myrrh, 20 drops of lavender, 1 tablespoon of colloidal silver, topped off with organic aloe vera juice. How incredible is that? So another little trick is, if you may not have all those oils, use helichrysum. Just take a little bit of helichrysum and apply to the cut. Okay, did you know horses can benefit from essential oils too? How many horse owners do I have out there? Pay attention to their nozzle. Okay, their nostrils sniff, let their nostrils sniff at first. Next, just to give you a little insight, their left nostril is connected to the part of the brain that deals with emotions, whereas their right nostril is connected to physical senses. How cool is that? Okay, for those people that just spend a lot of time with horses, have you noticed that there's always flies around? So, do we want to get rid of those flies? I know I do. Thankfully, doTERRA has TerraShield, and this can be used in the barn all over. Dilute with 1 tablespoon of fractionated coconut oil per each 3 drops and apply to the exterior of their ears. And remember, you can spray it all around the barn as well, like I was speaking earlier. You can also spray that mixture along the spine and the base of the tail, apply to the neck, chest, belly, and legs. Now, this will also protect the rider as well. Do I have anyone that wants to try that, you barn lovers and horse lovers? Okay. Sleeping like babies. Now, how adorable is that? This spray is my go-to for overwhelmed cats and dogs. So you can apply this to their bedding 15 minutes before a high stressful event, or activity. So let's take 20 drops of lavender, 10 drops of cedarwood, 5 drops of vetiver, 5 drops of frankincense, topped off with distilled water or fractionated coconut oil. Ticks. Oh, no, we don't want ticks in our house, do we? We certainly don't want ticks on our furry little creatures. So you ask, what do you do? How do we protect our lovable favorite pets? DOTERRA cleansing blend directly on the tick. Once removed, get that tick, take it to the vet so they can identify if that tick is carrying any disease. For mosquitoes or other bites, a drop of our cleansing blend will make his little tap wag again. But remember, always dilute it. Always dilute. Ear discomfort. Do our little creatures have ear discomfort? No worries. If you suspect that they are having ear discomfort, just blend 1 drop of lavender, 1 drop of the Roman chamomile. Remember, omit for cats. The Roman chamomile with 1 teaspoon of fractionated coconut oil. Dip a cotton swab into this mix and apply the blend to the inner ear. Let me rephrase that. You apply it to the inner and outer flaps of the ear, not directly into the ear shaft. I don't want anyone to be confused because we don't want to put the oil down in our little furry creatures. We don't want to cause any harm, do we? So, do we want to clean our little furry creatures? I'm a fan of the shampoo. So let's make it. All you have to do is combine 1.25 cups of distilled water, 1 tablespoon of castor soap, and 2 drops of peppermint, eucalyptus, lavender, rosemary, cedarwood essential oil into a glass bottle and shake. Now we're ready to bathe them chemical-free. Now we know exactly what's in that shampoo. And the only chemicals that are in there are something that naturally occurs out in the wild. How amazing is that? So do we want to really pay attention to the digestion? Do we want to give our little furry creatures a digestive support? Do they have hairballs? Grass? Bones? They can all cause digestion issues. You know, their little bellies may not like that. So let's make a little recipe. Let's take a 4-ounce spray bottle this time. 10 drops of ginger, 10 drops of peppermint. Remember, omit for cats. By the end of this, you'll start getting what we need to omit for cats. 5 drops of coriander, 5 drops of fennel, 5 drops of myrrh, and top off with distilled water or fractionated coconut oil. And we're ready to help their digestive support. So, do you always want that lovely little smile to be bright and shiny? Let's clean their teeth. 1 drop of solid fractionated coconut oil, 10 drops of our protective blend, 3 drops of peppermint, 2 drops of frankincense, and 1 tablespoon of baking soda. Okay, so you may ask yourself, how do I apply this? Apply a small amount to your pet's toothbrush, or you can use your finger and just brush their teeth. Now, how easy is that? So, do we have bugs? Do we want to get rid of those bugs? Mosquitoes, bites. No, they can irritate your dogs and cats too. So, let's just simply make a spray. Okay, simply mix 20 drops of TerraShield into a 2 ounce of water and spray on. Now, how easy is that? supporting the skin helps kill internal worms. So let's take, in our little doggy's bowl, let's take a drop of ginger, a drop of lemon, and put in their water to kill any to help kill any internal worm while supporting his or her skin. How amazing is that? Now look how beautiful. So now what? I want to encourage you. I want to first thank you for joining our class, and I want to encourage you, if anyone told you about this webinar, please contact them and they will help you get the essential oils of your needs. If you're really interested in getting that wholesale price or using it for your business or using it for your family, please contact them. Or if you don't have anyone, please contact me. You can contact me on my Facebook, Jodi at clinicalmassageoffice.com. You can email me, and I will help you in your journey and get those oils of your choosing and your liking. And I will also educate you more on essential oils. I want to thank you for taking the time out and joining us. And until next time, just follow me and start enjoying the power of essential oils. Thank you.